Welcome to the Grand Design Series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 13th of July 1968, which is a couple of months on from the end of the last part. And in this part, I'm going to want to focus almost exclusively on setting up a passenger rail network. And this network is going to start from this large station here, just to show you. This is the really large platform one, which takes 2,500 workers. Now, the reason I've already placed it is simply down to the fact that it took me a little while to get the leveling right here so that this station can come up to this area where we're going to put some accommodation. We're also going to expand down this way. Now, this rail network is going to go over to here to service my steel and mechanical components industry. And then also there's going to be another line that's going to go up here into our nuclear industry, which is going to be up here because we're going to have a nuclear power station up here as well. But before we get started, a bit of an update of where we are. Plus, I need to do a couple of tiny little jobs before we get started. The first one I want to do is over here, because I've realized that I need to get a road bridge. We've got a road coming from there. I need to get road into here. We need to get this started because I've realized that that this area here needs a road for me to be able to get a rail a free construction thing in here to do the leveling. So we'll just set this up. It's a long way for these guys to come, but get them set up there. I don't know if I can bring in the other road crew. That's Stilton. I don't think they've got much to do at the moment, so I think they looks like they've also auto-detected it. Now down here, I just want to give you a bit of an update here. Now, if you watch the previous part, you'll be aware that I set up this distribution office here for fertilizer, and it seems I've got a little bit of a problem here, so I'm going to need to keep an eye on that. And I think what I might do actually is I'm just going to slip in another small distribution office, not particularly that big. Put a 4 in. Don't want to split that road. In fact, I think we'll put you over here. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is more of a short-term, medium solution, in the sense that what we're going to do is start exporting the surplus. The other thing also I've realized is that I actually need a gas station here to service this area here. Now, if I come over here, what you'll see is I'm now in the process of getting rid of my last 2 old rail construction trains. And the other thing I've also brought over here is we've now actually got a tunneling machine. So that will come into force a little bit later once we've actually made the connections up with here. Now, probably going to try and keep the game on pause for a little bit, simply because I don't want to have to worry about what's going on up round here. I know, I suppose I could let it run slowly. So now we're going to start work on laying this track. Now, the principle I want to do is that you can see this station has got 5 tracks in it. Now, what I want to do is have 2 tracks going that way, 2 tracks going that way. Because by keeping the lines separate, it will make it spacing the trains a lot easier. If you try to do a complicated junction here, I think it's just not worth the effort. So the first thing we're going to do is come out here like that. Now, I've just realized I've kind of... Now, how long is this station? The station is 90 meters there. Let me just shoot over here. I've got to go over here because because I'm going to be using train sets rather than trains. Now, if you're not sure what a train set actually is, besides the fact that it's every small boy's dream to own a train set, train sets are these here. Now, of course, it's going to be electric. You can see the average length of a train set is 29 meters. I think there's 165. Actually, can we sort by length? Yeah, we can. Length descending. So we got one here at 86 meters, which can carry 444 for passengers. We got one at 81 meters. So what we're looking at is having about 100 meters spacing between junctions, so that for things for safety. But the actual station itself is 96 meters. So all we really need to do here is to put a crossover far enough away so that we can, oops, so we got to have two crossovers like that, and we got to have enough. Yeah, just remove that again, because we need the signals on this side, and these will be the mixed signals. Now what I'm going to do first is concentrate on this line here. Besides creating quite an extensive train set kind of route here, what I also want to do is make this into a center for repairing. So I also want to, because at the moment I've only got the one depot and it's in a little bit of an awkward position, so I'd like to get a depot out here as well, which I can use for both storing trains for when we're doing maintenance. And I think that's also a good segue into a special shout out to Vimes, who because I had a couple of questions about how trains are repaired, and he very obligingly gave me some feedback and confirmed that both trains can be repaired in depots and in end stations, but the preferred option is to have a direct connection with an actual repair building, rather than sending out the vehicles to it. Also, as part of our discussion, we got a little bit into some of the issues around maintenance, and I've suddenly realised, because of course I've been quite happily doing this series on the assumption that, well, we can just do a maintenance and build the vehicles, but based on our discussion, it's a little bit of a rabbit hole. And I've been thinking a little bit about it, and what I'm going to be doing is trying to do a bit of experimentation as we are demand for making vehicles, especially road vehicles. But of course, the other thing is, which is I was thinking about just before starting the video, is how do you get the trains in the right position? Say, for example, we got train sets up here. So really what we want to do is try and get train sets into the depots so they're near when a train comes up for replacement, because of course this is what you got here at the moment. I don't think I've actually replaced any trains at the moment. If you see, this is automatic replacement. I don't think this doesn't give a filter for trains, so you can't see. Just out of interest, I'm now up to 7 pages of replace vehicles, which is quite good, interesting. But at the moment I've got, at the moment I'm not really doing anything as such. But you can see the replacement. A couple of these are actually where I've actually scrapped, where it says 20 years instead of 40 years. Where I've actually manually scrapped it because I found that there's a really old truck there not doing very much. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit digressed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put 2 lengths of track there. And I want to kind of come out like that. Yes, this will make sense, guys. Now this right hand track's got to go in that direction. So what I'm gonna actually is we're gonna trim you back a little bit like that. And I want you to come out like that. And actually, if I run you there, like that, and now I want to run this connection into there like that. Now, these junctions can be pretty tight, simply because these are going to be mainly for train sets. So we now got that there. Now this is going to be right-hand drive, and what we're going to do now is put in the end station. Now I want the end station. I want it reasonably close to these junctions, but I do need to leave a little bit of space for a reason which will become apparent. And of course, what you need is the end station on the inbound side, which in this case is the right-hand side, which is the right-hand drive. I think these can be... Actually, I'm not quite so happy about that. I think we're... Push this out a little bit further. Yeah, I need to make this into a tighter angle. Like that. Run you. It's about that. Now, when we're going to get a back curve in there, it's going to be subject for a debate, isn't it? Okay, maybe we're about like that. Make that into a common junction. Now, we can push these a little bit simply because this line here on where it's coming in from here will not be used that much. I'm not going to connect it into here. In fact, we'll probably have to trim that back a little bit, because actually if I let the game run, because at the moment I've still got trains coming out here like this one here. If I just speed up just to show you. Where are you going? Yeah, see, he's coming up here. So I don't want them to interfere with these track layers at the moment. Wow. He's... Oh, he cut up to about there. This one's not quite finished anyway. So we've now got this here. We got this one. Where's the road connection coming out? Actually, I want this the opposite way around. Sorry about this. I think we're put... Now, I'm going to apologise in advance for my various hits and misses, because it is going to be a little bit hit and miss. I think we can afford to push that forward a little bit further. Say to about there. And actually, you don't need two, you just need one, don't you? Like that. Actually, no, we just put the one in. Like that. Because that means that the returning train that wants to be spaced will come down here into here. There's no reason for this for a second line into there. Now, I think you only really need one line in, one line out, because all the trains being spaced on this end station will be coming down from the nuclear. So there'd be a level of exclusivity there. Now, what I want to do now is put in vehicle repair station. Now, I want to leave a little bit of space on the left-hand side. So we're going to go put you there. And then what we're going to have to do is put in the rail end station. Again, put it that way round. Like that. So basically, if I can get that, but it's not really going to help me, is it? I think we'll just angle you a little bit. Actually, I'm going to push you that way, angle you a little bit into there, because we're going to need to try and get a warehouse in here, because trains need a lot of resources. Actually, no, get rid of that. Now, this side of the track is going to be left-hand drive. So now you're going to come off there and you're going to go that way. So you need to kind of curve off a little bit like that. So maybe a bit more. Well, we don't want the curve to be too sharp, because if it's too sharp, the train will slow down. And then you're going to come off into there. So, and then we'll actually have the drive track. This is the outbounds track, which will come round and go that way. Now, somehow, bear in mind that these are reverse tracks, we've got to be able to get trains onto this branch, and this is where the depots come in. But I think what I'd like to do first is we'll sort out this area here. I think if I can put you about there, keep that short as possible for. Let's make sure we can get the road out there. Can I get a road through there? Yeah, good. Now, the next thing we're going to need to do is get out of here without actually breaking up the railway. So now the question is, would I ever bring a road out here? Oh, I put a footpath in here for test purposes, but that's going to have to go now. I think if I bring the road through here, yeah, I think I'd like to keep my options open. Okay, and you can come to there. That's no good. All that work, and I've got to chuck it all away. That will go to there. That will go to there. That will bring the. So that will allow us to bring the vehicles into here. It also keep making sure all this will remain within range of the fire station. And then the next thing we're going to need is actually a train depot. That needs to be on this side. If I could get it kind of tucked in this corner here. Actually, where would I think we'll just put it there. We need it in range of the repair station. You can come in there, but I'm not going to connect that up just yet. So we've now got a depot. We've now got a train track going out that way. Oops. Going in that direction. And I think what we'll do is plan this line out now. Now we've got to head roughly in that direction. Now I don't want this actually, if we cross this path here, actually no, I don't want to close that. Do I? If I bring you back to about there. If we put a, oops. Yeah, because we're heading roughly for that just up there. So, if I come, maybe if I come back the other way, because this is higher. Sometimes if you come back the other way, oh, And then you got the... That's it. Well, normally, once you've got one across, and then the rest becomes... Haha. Teach me to delete it, won't it? Well, I'm going to track down. You can hook into there. Got a bit of a squiggle, but we can live with that. We'll come into there. Just going to let the game run slowly, because the lighting isn't particularly that good. What I'll do is come off like that, and then I want to come out on a fair amount of distance here. I'm going to be quite extravagant with the line connection. Now this is going to need, I'm going to put a back curve in, not really because I need it, but more for completeness, because there's a possibility that I may, say, put a spur in, a service type spur down onto this line later on once we get up here, or because this would be for the depot. Now we're going to come here, and then you're going to curve here and here around like that. I need to push you more over that way. Eventually you're going to go up over this railway line. You again, the same reasoning as before. We're going to come that's absolutely horrible. Yeah, same reasoning as before. Well, just do this and hook you into there. Right, now one of the problems we're going to have is that because I'm reversing the there, what we're going to have to do is put in a crossover here. Take that out again. You're going to have to put a crossover here. The purpose of this crossover, get rid of these, tidy that up, is that the trains coming in here on right-hand drive will need to be able to swap to left-hand drive on this side of the track, on these tracks. Now, what I want to do now is we're going to bring out you like that. Enough space there, and if we come like that, you can come into there, and then you can come into there. That in theory should give us the best of all worlds, because what it means is that we can make that connection there. Let's let the game run now. Right, so let's have a quick review of where we go. So we've got the train station here. We've got the right-hand track that will go out this way to the nuclear power plant, and it will run up through. It probably will have to go through the mountain here. But that will also, there's also, I think there's some bauxite up here as well. There's a tiny bit of bauxite here. So we could actually split the load, so we could bring the train in here, curve it back, and possibly do some bauxite mining here as well. But that's something for the future. I just want to do this end. And then we've got this one which will go up to here, and just to show you, I think the iron mines are, where's the river? I think the iron mines are up here somewhere. That's 60. We've got 64 and 60. Actually, we'll do this one first. Actually, no, we'll do this one first. What's the best we can do? I want the conveyors and this one. You're 63, you're 64, you're 65, you're 68, you're 69. Right on the edge of that. Couldn't get any closer to the water if I tried, could I? That comes to there. 65. And if I push you that way, put you there. And of course what we'd have to do is put in a put an aggregate store for 2,000 tons of how many? Yeah, I think that will work. And if we bring it as close to this one as possible, like that. I'm not going to build it, I'm just using an example. So we're going to have a couple of iron mines here, and then of course what we're going to do is, the terrain's not exactly that ideal, and what we'll do is we'll put in some ore processing plants here, thinking a couple of steel mills, but of course we're going to need to bring the coal in from, we've got coal over here, so we're talking about a cross rail setup type thing here. This is the reason I wanted to bring this road in here, so that we can get this built as quickly as possible. And then of course our passenger train to provide the workers to this area will come. What we'll probably have to do is put in a kind of train station here, and then probably within walking distance of the steel mill, but at the same time we will need to get buses or something to move them up there. The alternative is that we have two stations. We can kind of branch the line and have one station dropping off at the steel mill and one line breaking up there, but that will mean we will have two sets of train sets coming in here, which is not such a bad thing actually. That's quite some distance. I'm just wondering if I bring a track out there. Would that work? The only trouble is that might block on there. No, I'm going to keep it simple. We'll just have, oops, there's a tiny smidge of track in there. That would have caused problems for the rail constructors. Well, I'm not going to worry too much about this, because what we could do is just put a single railway station in and force everyone to get off at the railway station, and then use buses to send them to both the steel mill and the coal mill, and of course the coal ore processing. So that's there. The only thing we haven't done, we've done this road here. So right, I think I'm happy-ish with that. And the only thing I will do is run the track out to here. So because I've got a more definite idea of where I want to go here. So I'm putting F4 on. Okay, yeah. Try again. Coming off here, there. Yep. Then we'll drop you down. Sometimes the game can just be a little bit cranky. So we've now got this area here. Looks like we've got some bits of track here. Have you been allocated? No. Okay, right. What we need to do is get our trains in. I'm using the ones from Stilton because these guys are a little bit faster than the thingies. What I'm going to do is, you've been built, so what we want to do is bring these in, and then See here. This guy's still on the tunneling stage. Right, what we will do, might be able to do now, if I get over to here. We've got somebody broken down. Underground. Yeah, this one's got 1,700. We got that one there. Okay. So we've now got this underway. Once this has been done as well, we're electrifying this. Now, the next thing I want to work on is something I alluded to in the last part, is that we need to think about our waste requirements here. Obviously, we're going to need to take away the mixed waste, and we're going to take it out via this line here. So we'll start with the easy one, which is going to need a dump with railway. We've got the substation over there, so now this is going to be virtually all residential, although no, because we're shifting the waste from here in that direction, aren't we? So now, because this is going to be predominantly residential, I would like to have bio waste as well. Now, we have got hazardous waste pickup over here. Got 30 tons out. Oh, talking about hazardous waste. Sorry about this. Right, we've got crops flowing into here. That means we should get crops flowing into here. We've got 2,000 tons. We shouldn't need to. Yeah, we're not going to import. Got 760 tons in there. Yeah. How we got fertilizer in here? Here we are. Not exactly sure why we're using fertilizer. And about here, we got fertilizer in here. No fertilizer in here. Got the helicopter coverage, how we offer food and other stuff. And we got fabric. Okay, we're going to need to think about exporting clothes, but at the moment, and alcohol, but I'm not worried about that at the moment, because I'll rather just have all these fields, because I'm not sure what level of crops we're actually going to get. So just want to check up here. Where are we? Just want to check these guys. We need fuel in here. Who is bringing fuel in? Okay, oh, we got 2 gas stations here, which are not being supplied by fuel. Who is supplying the fuel? Where's the gas station around here? It's probably over this side of the border. Where is it? There's got to be a gas station around here somewhere. Stilton pickup. Right, these guys have got 2 spare slots. I'm gonna need to review. Actually, who's bringing in the gas to here? Okay, yeah. Wow, that's a long way away. I think we're going to use the Stilton gas station here. You there, and we're also a long way in, but how much fuel have we got in here? We got fuel, that's good. Right, what I'm going to do is we're going to put in here, we're going to buy 2 waste trucks. You're going to pick up from here if it's over 80% full, and you are going to sell it to the customer shed. As I say, once I know what the balance is, we can do that, because we do need to start ensure that this is empty. Right, this road is now being built, so we don't need that connection there. I think what I would like, if possible, is a mud road from there to there, and that means we can make this final connection here. Okay, we've got mud road there, which we don't need. Yeah, you're detecting quite nicely. And what that does will complete this section of road. And then what we can do is shift our attention to here. In fact, part of me says we can do that almost straight away, because that guy in there isn't exactly that busy. So if we make a connection to there, what's up with this here? You pick up that as well. Good. What that will do is start to bring this road into use as well. Wow, got happiness there, 81%. That's pretty good. Right, let's back to what we were doing over here. So we've got mixed waste, biological waste. I really wish there was a way that you could pick up things. We're not going to get construction waste. I think that's all we're going to really need, because we can set up some form of transfer mechanism to get the hazardous waste over there, because even large cities don't produce large amounts of hazardous waste. So what we can do is, oh wow, okay, I got an earthquake. I don't know why, but the game seems to like hitting here. I don't think it was particularly that damaging, to be honest. Actually, have we got for over? We've got 900 over 21s. Have we got an earthquake report? Yeah, earthquake report. No, it was only a 4.3, so not even worth worrying about. It's when it gets up to about 7.1, 7.2, you can start getting a fair amount of damage done. I think we've got a few blocks here where I think we can allow some people to flow into there. And how's the unemployment in this area? Yeah, we've still got quite a lot of unemployment here, so okay, so we got 3,000 in there. I mean, we've got the capacity to store in here, and of course what we can do is ship crops to over here to our food production or wherever it's needed. At the moment, I'm just quite happy to live with surpluses. That fire's in good condition. Okay, back to what we're doing up here. Where are we? Here. So what we can do is go up there, go into there, come into there. And then of course what we're going to need to do is connect up this rail. What we'll do is push this up, put some way, like that. And then you can come up here. She'll push you a bit further. Because waste trains can be fairly long. So bring me back a bit. Get you there. I think if we can move out the mixed waste, just accept that. So we can move out the bio waste and the mixed waste. We can then get it there. I mean, anything else like the metal scrap or plastic, we could separate out plastic and send it that way, because our plastic recycling plant is here. We could do that, but I need to think a little bit about that going forward. Now I'm aware that I'm running out of time here, so I think just to finish off, I think we'll do a little bit of municipal planning here now, because we've got to build this in, and we do have quite a lot to actually build in. I think what we can do now is start thinking about apartments. Wow. Now we're going to need a very big population, so you could make an argument for really concentrated apartment blocks here, but I don't think I've ever built these. See, the trouble with these Dnipro flats is they're very nice, but they're very big, and the problem with them is that they will put a lot of strain on our thingies. Although you could argue that we've got 1,000 workers right in the center of town, like that. Okay, we're going to put in 2 of these, just 2, because I'll be completely upfront. I'm not the greatest fans for high, really big, tall buildings. And actually what we can do is then kind of come down the scale a little bit, like that. Actually, yeah, we can kind of come down here like that. So that would give us, what's it? That would give us 1,200, 1,600. That would give us 2,000 people in these flats alone. We're right next to the heating plant. That's good. We've got, where's our water supply? Our water supply is over here, and we've got a water purification here. So what we will need to do is put some smaller flats on this side. I think we've got this here delivering here. I think I would like a cargo drop off. It's going to tuck a cargo. Actually, if we put it something like that, yeah, then we can run a road out like that, and hook you in like that. Now our water treatment plant is here, so what we need is a little bit of an enclave, because I'd still would like to be able to send workers to here. So if we start with a small enclave here of apartment blocks, say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Now our stuff here is ready to go, but these guys connected up. So look, no, they're not. I need this built, and this built, and that built, and that bit, and that built. We really need to get this built into here. Right. Anyway, I'm just gonna have one more quick check around Skype to see if there's any problems. I mean, our happiness is good. I'm not sure if we got any shortages of, say, building materials or something out here that might be slowing up our. No, we don't have a shortage of building materials. What's up here? Okay, you're 3. I'm allocating the wrong group, aren't I? Okay, you, and you. Anything underground that needs to be built? Get them on that. Oops. There's no path connection here. I don't think that's actually connected. Get rid of that, because that's a mud footpath. What's up with this? For some reason the game does not want to build that. The only thing I can think of is that it's because it's got a footpath connection. We'll just try it with these and see if that will work. If not, I'm just going to have a look at it to find out what's actually going on. It keeps saying that there's no connection. Yeah. For some reason, I think it comes down to the fact that helicopter construction offices need. I think it comes down to the fact that helicopter construction offices need a place to land. If you've got something that's crammed into a little corner like that, it can actually develop problems. I think what we're going to do is get these guys working on that. Yeah, it's a long way for the road crew to come, but I don't really have much choice. I don't think they're actually doing anything at the moment. No. So they can keep themselves entertained by working on that and working on that. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we're going to continue focusing on this area, but also we're going to need to start planning this so that we can do the second end of the rail line. And the other thing, what I might do off camera is actually work out whether we can get a road connection up to here, which I'm not exactly sure, because what I really need up here is a construction office, but it's going to be a long way out. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.